I generally find it mad how guys over the age of 25 can get to the point in their career, their relationships, everything else in life's going well for them except their training and health. It's the most pivotal part in your life, so why wouldn't that be the one that you take the most seriously? As I'm approaching 30, it's getting more important for myself to not even be in shape physically, but my mindset wise as well. Like looking around at guys doing all these competitions and all these runs, I've started to realize now there's more to this health and fitness shit than just looking the part. The way the journey always works is insecurity starts the fitness journey. As a man, you're insecure about your weight, you're insecure about how big you are, you're insecure about looking the part. Every guy who's been through something in life will know that the reason they started was because they wanted to be that guy. They wanted to be the person that they saw on TV. They wanted to be their older brother. They wanted to be their uncle who they know goes to the gym consistently. The gym and fitness journey always starts by aspiring to be someone. It's always an outsourced feeling. Some guys might say they start to get the girls. Whatever reason you start is usually driven by an insecurity. You go through your late teens to early 20s driven by the insecurity of wanting to look big. But then as you start to get towards 25 plus and towards 30, you start to realize there's a lot more to this than looking the part for other people on Instagram or TikTok. When you start to care more about your longevity and your mental health, that's when you start taking training seriously. It took me years before I even thought about what it did for me mentally. I was just doing it for the aesthetics, I was doing it for girls in the past, I was doing it to look big in front of the boys, like for all the wrong reasons. And unfortunately, that's what drives a lot of people still to this day. But if you can catch on to that quickly, then you'll start to realize that there's more to your fitness, there's more to training than that. And like I've never thought about the longevity and actual genuine health being a part of why I train until recently. So obviously big 3-0 later this year, and it just made me think about how much training has changed over the past year, 2 years in particular. Like the things that training does for my mind is no therapist can heal that sort of shit. Like if you're going through something, which I know a lot of you have been, whether that's trauma, whether that's family feuds, whether someone in your family has passed away close to you, whatever you're going through or whatever you've been through, use that as fuel and ignite the fire that you need to start moving. The fire to start moving in your career, the fire to start moving in your business, the fire to move more importantly for your physical and mental health. Nothing in life is more important than that. When you have that one thing on lock, everything else moves up for the better. It took me so long to realize, but that's why I just want to spread that message, because there's a lot of guys out there who on the surface level they have everything together. They've got their careers, they've got a good job, but then they still have that insecurity or lack of confidence because of their body figure, because of how they feel in front of other people. They don't have the confidence. But when you get yourself in shape, all of that goes away. To become the all-rounded man, it takes not only your career, not only your relationships, but your physique being in place as well. That's what it takes. To be that guy that you've always looked to be, you have that in you. Use whatever you've been through in the past as fuel to get to where you need to be. And the main thing that you start to realize is that as soon as you start this journey, you'll regret not starting sooner. Like I can't tell you enough how much life can fly upwards as soon as you start to endeavor on new journeys of fitness, new journeys of mindset. And even on the journey, you start to meet different people who inspire you along the way. Since I've been on this journey, some of the people I've met are crazy. Not crazy in the tap sense, but crazy in that they do amazing things and they're so inspiring for me. When I was younger, I used to think the only people that could ever inspire me were people that I'd see on TV or in the newspapers or whatever. But there's people around you day to day who are pushing consistently, completing marathons, completing competitions. But you start to look at their personal lives and they have everything in check. They've got good families around them, they've got good relationships. And when you speak to some of them, they all tie it back down to the fitness side of things being the pinnacle, being the core of why they have their life together. Because if you think about it, as soon as you have your family, as soon as you have the career that you want, what more do you aspire to do? Like a lot of people will obviously take a religious journey, you start getting closer to God. But on top of that, socially, people feel lost sometimes. Like I know in a lot of cultures, it's the norm to just go out and drink, and that's how people socialize with friends. But to have that additional layer to you is next to none. That's what makes it special for some people. And you see the envy that some people who don't have that. Like you'll see it on Instagram or you'll see it even in person. Like people will be envious of those sort of people or us people who are into our fitness, because they want to do that. But little do they know, they have it in them as well. Like, all it takes is you tapping into that insecurity that still hasn't left you, tapping into whatever grief or trauma that you went through, and use that as fuel every single day that you want to get up. Everybody goes through shit in life. Like, that's another thing that you realize. Every single person goes through or has been through something traumatic in their life. Whether people like to show it surface level on the face or not, every one of you, I guarantee, that's watching has been through something traumatic or been through something major in their life, which has caused you to make the decisions that you have. But it's all about using that fuel, igniting yourself, and just pushing forward to be the person that you know you have in there. You've got the rest of your life together. All your ducks are in order, your career, your relationships. It's just that last piece. Like, socially, you're known as that guy, but you're still driven by insecurity. It's all about keeping moving. Tap into that new version of you. A lot of my clients or people that I speak to will come to me and say that they want to get back to what they used to be. They're always yearning for that previous version of themselves. So they have two ways. There's either the person that they've not tapped into yet, or the person that they used to be. And one can even be more dangerous than the other, especially when you're tapping into the person that you used to be, because you're consistently yearning to get back to that person, but you don't have the fire up the arse, which is why you become the second person again. You become the person who needs to reignite the fire. It all comes back down to tapping into whatever insecurities, whatever trauma you've been through. Use that as fire, use that as fuel, because you know for a fact, as soon as you consistently do the things that you've always promised yourself to do, that's when your life's going to take off for the better.